Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 91 of Guess the Trade, where subscribers send in loadouts, pictures of tools, tool bags, all those kinds of things. We take a look at them and then we see if we can guess what it is that they do with those tools. Well, back in episode 90, we looked at Bloodsong's tool reviews loadout of his Vito Spec Ops Tech MCT. He also had an MPX and a Joey pouch and an MB bag. All sorts of great tools that we looked at as far as the things that he uses. What was it that he did with those tools? Well, he answered several comments, and I really appreciate the fact that he did that. He said that he is a maintenance tech in a liquid dairy plant. So that's what he does. He kind of answered that to several of you out there. So again, nice loadout. Appreciate you sending that in. Well, today in episode 91, we're also going to look at one loadout. We're going to look at Alex, and he's got a Knipex, like an old Knipex case of some sort. Never looked at anything like this on the channel, so I'm real interested to check out these pictures. But we're going to take a look at his tools and see if we can guess what it is that he does. But let's go ahead and jump into his loadout. So first picture, again, he called it an old Knipex tool case. Looks more like a briefcase, like something like a business person would run. I'm not sure if it's still something that's available. You guys can let me know in the comments below if you've seen this in the field, or if maybe you ran it before or anything like that. Drop that down in the comments. First picture, so whenever you open it up, it looks like it's a series of panels. I can kind of see some behind this one as well, and he does pull these tools out, so I'm not going to spend time zooming in here. But you can also look around the background. Maybe this looks like possibly either his van or truck, so you might see something else that will help you guessing in what it is that he does. Those ratchet straps over there on the right-hand side, I actually have some of those. They kind of wind up within themselves. I absolutely love those. I keep some of those in the back of my truck as well. So he's got some Wera handles, looks like probably some Knipex as well, and then also some ratchet wrenches, torpedo level, some different things. Again, we're going to see these. Next picture, so here is up close. He's got several Wera handles. Some of them are the strike cap kind. And then he's got, looks like a number 3 on the top of that gray one there. It's a Phillips number 3. Then he's also got a couple other ones, and then that is a Siebel on that red handle that's over there. So here are all those out. So it is a pair of Knipex pliers wrench, and then also Knipex Cobras. I'm going to guess 10 inches. I can't really read the writing, but based on the length of the longer screwdrivers, I'm going to assume those are probably a 10-inch pair. He's also got a Hanser or something like that, a small little pocket-style screwdriver. So they were Phillips as far as the 2 yellow ones on the left. And then he's got a Phillips as well as that white one. That's a Phillips 3. And then he's got some slotted ones along with that, again, Siebel or something like that. Next picture is that bottom row. So again, there it is, kind of in the loadout as it is. He's going to pull them out in the next picture. So ratchet wrenches, adjustable wrenches. So here we go from left to right. That one, so he's got some different sanding cloths, also like a almost sanding sponge type thing, or some cloth. One of those little pencil testers, or little precision driver that looks like it probably also tests electric. Also a cable Jacari knife, like a cable splitter, or a sheathing remover, dismantling knife you might call it, I guess. A pair of 200 twin grips, a pair of scissors, an Allura adjustable wrench, and then all his ratchet wrenches, and then also just standard wrenches. Those are all metric, looks like from 19 down to 7, and they are, let's see if I can zoom in, I can't really read it from here. KS tools possibly is what that is. I don't know if that's what all of them are. It's what it kind of looks like. Torpedo level, and then a small little hacksaw, and then that tool that's right there, that big bar, that almost looks like a plumbing, like a faucet type tool is what we would use it for, but I'm not sure if that's what he uses it for. Next picture, so there's more hacksaw blades, more zip ties. So this is just farther off to the left from that last picture. Everything from the right on is the same exact stuff. So now we're getting into, so I'm assuming now you've taken off or folded down those first couple panels that we took a look at. These are the next ones back in line. So he's got a hammer, some screwdrivers, and some more pliers as well. To the next one, we've got the REMS, the rims, as far as the pipe cutter, tubing cutter, conduit cutter, depends on what you want to call it. He's also got a canal level up there. Some of these are definitely, makes me think he's from overseas for sure, because I've not seen a lot of these brands of tools. He's also got like the snap ring type pliers right there. A pair of the Knipex electrical installation pliers. Now those are in the insulated grips. I think maybe we can get those in the insulated grips in the US version. I think the forged wire strippers, I'm not sure if they're still available or not yet, but you may not can even get those either. I can't really remember. I know one of the two I was thinking they did come out with the insulated, and I think it was that one. But he's got that there, and he's also got a pair of those strippers where you can kind of go in face forward. I've got the Knipex Strix or something like that. I can't remember what the term for that type of stripper is. I don't use it very often. And then he's also got a pair of made in Germany. I'm not sure. Those don't look like Knipex handles to me, but they are like a pair of diagonals, but they're also like a little bit of an extended reach out there. Almost looks like the snap-on type. So next picture, got a T-handle there with a hex on it. He's got a nut driver, a couple different nut drivers, and then now we've got also some Torx from Wera, a couple different Torx, and then a smaller, almost looks like a slotted, I'm not sure if it is, and then a hammer there. I can maybe see what that says if I zoom in. Alarm, possibly, I think is what that says. Hickory handle on that. So he's got that there. Move on to the next one. So underneath the panels on the bottom, looks like he's got like a tray with more Knipex in there, also some Wera hex keys and some tubing cutters and stuff like that. So we got over here on the left another cutter of some sort. Let's see, I can't read the name on that. I want to say it says Oop. I don't know if maybe it just says Upanor. Maybe Upanor makes that for the PEX stuff. I'm not sure. Also, he's got a Linux jab saw. Let's see. Some kind of something tools. It almost looks like a little icon set in a sense. I'm not sure what comes before the tools on that writing there. And then the Wera hex keys, the color coded. And then some Knipex Cobras. Several different pairs. Those are 300s as far as the ones on the far right. I can read that still, so that must be his newer pair, but I think they're all the same. I think they're all 300s. And then he's also got a pliers wrench in the 300, and then looks like a basin type wrench right there at the bottom. Next one, so pipe reamer, Loctite 55, the Knipex, I always forget what it's called, but tubing cutter. I can never remember. I haven't picked that one up yet. I've been interested to see if it works on the like P-trap stuff over here in the States. A small copper cutter, a little bit bigger copper cutter as well. So this stuff's all to the left of what we looked at. And then a stubby Phillips and also a stubby slotted. I'm not sure if that white thing there is maybe a lighter or something. I'm not real sure what that is that he's got there. Next picture, so he's got a Strauss bag and then also a dust pole bag. Not familiar much with those. The Strauss looks like it is a meter. So he's got a meter, and then he's also got a voltage meter over there on the left as well. I only know that because I've seen that in some other people's loadouts from overseas. But basically, this is his diagnostic type bag right here, it looks like. And then there's his extra leads, and it also looks like maybe a thermometer end inside of there. Here are some other tools. So he's got a bigger pipe wrench from Ridgid, I think. So he's still running Ridgid. That's the big name brand as far as for over here on pipe wrenches. And it looks like he's got a smaller one inside of a cheater bar. And then he's also got one of those, I can't remember what the specific name. It's kind of like the Swedish pipe wrench from Knipex, but it's got more of that mechanism of like the icons over here at Harbor Freight, and I think maybe Snap-on and stuff like that too. I don't know what the specific term for that style pipe wrench is, but he's got one of those. And then he's got a long folding ruler out there as well, and another cheater pipe. So he's got that. Then over here to the far left, he's got the big boys Knipex. I've wanted a big pair. I'm not sure what the sizes are on these because, well, if you look at that ruler over there, let's see, close to 40, I'm going to assume centimeters or something like that. But he's got that there. I'm not sure what the number would be as far as I'm not good at automatic changing metric over to inches and stuff in my head. But that can kind of give you guys a size on that. But that big pair right there, I've always kind of wanted a pair of those just to put, on my wall or whatever. I definitely would never use them in my line of work, but they're pretty cool to look at. Then we got here, there's that folding ruler, another pair of Cobras. He's got the bank on the Cobras, a Pika, also a Vega or Viega, some sort of a marker, a Hazette. It looks like a light, a little Sola and Stabila pocket levels. Here are his knee pads. He's got some Snickers and then Maxi Flex on the gloves. And then also a little pouch over there to the far right, a 2020. I'm not sure about the brand on that one. Maybe you guys know that logo. Inside of that, he's got a Klein 11-in-1, and then also another pair of pliers wrench, the dual tone, the Christmas edition of the Cobras. So those are 180s. And then he's got the Knipex knife there, along with an insulated Wera, and then also a wrench up here. Let's see, since this is his main grab, I was going to see if I could figure out the size. I can't really read that. Maybe 13. I want to say 13 millimeter, possibly might be what that is. And then he's also got the end protectors for that Knipex pliers wrench up there. So if he's working on something that is softer or doesn't need to scratch it, I mean. And I believe that's it. It is. There's his name. So we'll go back through these. Again, this is his EDC type stuff right here. He's pretty much said he uses this all the time. So that's the stuff that's within that. And then this is just some bigger tools that are inside of his van or truck. Here's all his testing equipment, stuff that he would be using. And then now we're going through those tools that are in that Knipex hard case. So you can get one last look at those, see if that helps you in your guessing. So now we're back to the case. So it looks like a pretty neat case in my opinion. The fact that it folds and kind of, I'm curious about how well those things like stay. Like, do they latch as they move up and down or something to where they're not falling on you the whole time you have it open? So got that there. And then there is that second picture with that case open. And then there's the very first picture we looked at of that Knipex hard case. But overall, a pretty interesting loadout. Never seen that case before. Again, I'm not sure if you can still buy it or not. I'm not sure if it's even an option. If any of you guys overseas, if you run that case or something, let us know that in the comments below how well you like using it as well. I think it's probably pretty obvious. He didn't tell me in his email that it's something to do with plumbing for sure. I mean, he owns pipe wrenches and Cobras galore and multiple in each size. So I'm sure he's turning pipe quite a bit. That would be for sure my guess if I had to throw one out there, but I'm interested to see what your guys' guesses are. And maybe you've got some questions for him. If you want to drop those down below, hopefully he'll answer those as well. As always, I hope this video was interesting. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video.